Hey, good afternoon. My name is Tim Gardner from First Integrity Mortgage, and I am here with Christine Williams from Coldwell Banker. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you today, Tim?
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's an interesting time in St. Louis for sure. We've got the Cardinals in spring training, so that is kind of the exit sign for summer, right? Spring is on its way, an exciting time in our market. Do you have any listings coming up that you'd like to talk about?
Actually, I do. I've got a really cute bungalow or gingerbread house coming up in Southampton area. It is on Nottingham. Can't give the address away yet. It's a two-bedroom, one bath. Absolutely adorable. It has a parking pad in the back for 265,000 coming up.
Oh, wow, that's a deal in that area.
It is. It's a really good deal. Can walk everywhere. It's just a fantastic neighborhood.
That's awesome. And do you normally find that this season, the spring, summer season, is a busier season than probably fall or winter?
It is. People are wanting to decide where they want to be before summer gets here so they can do summer vacation before school starts.
Hmm.
It is really hot right now.
Right. And you would certainly know you've been in the business a while, right?
Just 5 long years now. I've been licensed since 1999.
Uh-huh. And Caldwell Banker?
I was with ERA prior to that, a little small mom and pop shop, but I've been with Coldwell Banker since 2003.
Wow. And a little birdie told me that you had a really good month last month.
Who is that little birdie?
Might have been my wife.
Yeah, I did. We had a really strong month last month, and we kind of designed it that way. We knew there was going to be a small window in January where rates were going to be a little bit higher, but inventory, if somebody wanted to get something, they could probably get it and snag it then when people were still thinking rates were high like they were in December. So we got them
Right,
under
right.
contract.
Yeah, rate's certainly something that we talk a lot about in our office. How do you feel like that is moving the market in this current time?
I think right now, since rental rates are up 13% over last year, that buyers and renters aren't even paying really much attention to it right now because there's not enough inventory and they know they can get a hold of you and refinance later as soon as the rates come down.
How long are properties staying on the market in this current environment?
If the house is move-in ready and what we would consider a unicorn, everything everybody wants, sometimes hours, sometimes days. But if they do need a little bit of work, just a matter of weeks because they're just priced well. And since there's not enough to buy, people are picking them up knowing I'm not moving tomorrow, and the amount of increase of equity each year is going to be just fine if I want to sell in 3 or 5 years.
Uh-huh. So probably telling clients to jump on something they like, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So no time to waste on this one.
There is no time to waste on it, not in our current market in the St. Louis area either.
How do you educate your clients about the current market conditions, especially with regard to the interest rates that we were talking about and the seasonal trends we were speaking of?
Well, talk about a buyer first. So if a buyer's thinking about buying a home, I actually sit down with them for anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour, and we go through a full consultation to explain the market and in their price range what that's going to look like as to what they can expect. And sometimes we sit down and we don't start looking and planning for 3 to 6 months because we want them to be rock solid and ready to go to be able to jump. They need to be act quickly, but they also need to be well prepared.
Right, right. Can you share a success story from your career? Maybe one where you helped a client navigate a challenging or difficult situation?
We just had one of those. It's tough. It's difficult right now for a VA buyer to get into a home, as most sellers are looking for cash or conventional. And we struggled to locate one, but we were successful. It took a little bit. We had ended up being the third person in line
Oh,
on the house. We were able to get the house under contract for a little less than list price and some
nice.
closing cost. It just had to be in the right place at the right time for some of these buyers, and he just closed 2 weeks ago. He's very happy.
Oh, I bet. That's fantastic. So, what motivated you to pursue a career in real estate?
I have always been motivated to help other people. It's a
Right.
service industry. I love putting puzzle pieces together, and there is nothing better than waking up excited because every day is a new puzzle to put together for a seller, a buyer, how to get it, navigate each one of them, and it just was a perfect fit for me.
Uh huh. I bet you've been in sales probably most of your life,
Actually, just in real estate since
just in real
1999.
estate,
Mhm.
just started in real estate. So, what role in your business do online listings provide?
That's a great question. Online listings always, to me, are a first showing. When I have a property listed, it has an aerial photo, it has a floor plan, and typically a 3D walkthrough model so they can sit in their slippers and look at the house. as if they're there. And then they come to look at it. It's actually a second showing at that point. So we don't want to miss the online buyer. We don't want to miss somebody who's out of town. We want everybody to see every angle of that house before they even walk in the door.
Right. Those 3D models are really cool.
They're very cool.
That is a long way from measuring with a tape measure, too.
I have an electronic tape measure too. But yeah, it's like a dollhouse view. So you can actually view it from the top, bottom, or kind of slide into any of the levels that you want to. And that's just part of our marketing plan.
At that point, the kids are picking out their bedrooms.
They're picking out their bedrooms. They're looking in the closets. You can see in some of the pantries, seeing where they shopped, all kinds of interesting things. You can see the backyard where you want to put your swing set, the garage, if your truck will fit. All of the measurements are all there.
That's fantastic. So what changes have you seen in the market over the course of your career?
Since I got licensed in 1999, when my oldest was just a little baby, sometimes we'd have to actually go and get keys from different offices or set up a time to meet the seller there to let us in. And things, along with technology, have gotten so much better. So we were able to get in with a lockbox. We're able to digitally plan where we're going instead of pulling out the old map.
Right.
And that was way back. But the last 3 or 4 years, things have really exploded with having everything at our fingertips. Realtors have access to any information on their phone while they're showing it. So they have everything up to the minute.
Yeah, right. Really cuts out any kind of time lapse, right?
It does. It really does.
So are there any specific areas that you would like to improve or expand your knowledge?
That's another great question. We are currently expanding, and by we, the royal we, Christine Williams, we are CRW. And I've added my husband onto our team last year.
Nice.
And he brings a wealth of knowledge and information too. We've been able to expand into the investment property sphere. So he's kind of spearheading and has worked with many investors buying and selling properties, which just frees up some time for me just to basically work with buyers and sellers and land purchasers and builders. But we do it all, and we're growing our base, adding him on. He's been a wonderful addition to our team.
Oh, that's fantastic. And is that the same contact information?
Yeah, it would be the same contact information, but I'll also give you his number at the end too, so we're all on the same team. We answer each other's phones.
Oh, that's great. All right. So if I was a prospective client and I was driving through Southampton and saw your sign, called your number, where would we go from there?
Well, I'd be super excited to hear from you for sure. But I would also ask, the first thing is, hey, have you bought a home before? Are you working with a realtor? And the third, but most important is, are you pre-approved?
Right.
There's a big difference, as you know, between pre-qualified and pre-approved. And if not, they're going to be getting in touch with a lender to get pre-approved, and then we'll show them the house from there, see if it makes a perfect fit.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Can we get your contact information?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. You can reach me at 314-882-7050, or on the web, you can find me at buysellbuildstl.com.
There you go. And again, my name is Tim Gardner with First Integrity Mortgage. I can be reached at 314-303-6466 or tgardner@firstintegrity.com. Thank you very much.